All right, welcome back to the show. In this episode of Reality is Stranger Than Fiction, we're taking a look at the final pitch for the mayor's office in Los Angeles. And guys, as we know, this race is getting interesting. Can he do it? We will first start by taking a look at the news coverage showing both campaigns making their final push. Then we're going to look at Spencer Pratt's closing message, where he lays out exactly what he says he would do to fix the homeless problems, the drug problems, and public safety in Los Angeles. After that, we're going to put Karen Bass and Spencer Pratt side by side. One is the current mayor defending her record. The other is the outsider saying the entire system is broken. And then we'll go into Let's Talk About It, where I take one of your comments, read it out loud for the audience, and then discuss it right here on the show. So if you want your comment featured in one of my videos, make sure you subscribe, hit the like button, and leave a comment below for your chance to be featured in the next video. So the question is simple. Is Spencer Pratt just making noise, or are we watching one of the biggest political surprises in Los Angeles happening right in front of our own eyes? Here we go. Let's get started.
Spencer Pratt have spent the weekend making their final pitches to voters. And a shocking new poll shows Pratt leading Bass in the race. If any of the candidates don't get 50% of the vote on Tuesday, the race will go into a runoff for the top two candidates. Joining us now with the latest on this race is Fox News correspondent Matt Finn. Matt?
Joey, candidate Spencer Pratt has run his campaign focused a lot on the homeless disaster along Skid Row and the dogs that are being abused there. And we're not far from Skid Row right now, where Pratt just wrapped up a neighborhood-style event hosted by Hispanic and Latino supporters. Spencer met one-on-one with dozens of Latino supporters who expressed their support for him with gestures and all types of supportive words. This was a block party-style gathering, and here's what Pratt told the group.
Awesome.
I just want people to feel safe. I want families to be able to thrive in the city, and it takes the whole city to actually change. I'm just going to be the voice of the community.
There we go.
The mayor's race is considered wide open, and Mayor Bass is also campaigning all over the city this weekend to keep her job. We were at an SEIU union rally yesterday where Bass did not miss.
Did you hear that? An SEIU union rally. I don't know, guys. What do you think about that? Do you think unions should be getting involved in politics? Should they be really putting this type of money into persuading who gets elected? You know, I actually did a video earlier, 3 or 4 videos ago, where I actually talked about the unions and just how much power that they have, right? Now, if 4 in every 10 union members lean conservative, do conservatives have union political representation, or is this a Democratic only thing? The Democrats. I don't know. I'm actually curious about that, because I feel like this is not the unions have gone too far. This is too much power. They have no business persuading people and, literally silencing people who don't agree with them. If you are in a union and you lean more conservative and you know that you can't say anything because you fear you're losing your job, write it down in the comments. Let me know. Let me know if that's you.
It's the opportunity to attack her opponent, Spencer Pratt.
We have a choice.
Union strong.
Do we choose a TV reality star villain? Right. Saying he was a villain and taking pride in that, but we don't need villains in the city.
All right, so there we go. There is what Spencer Pratt is doing. She is hanging out. All right, so there we go. That's what Spencer Pratt is doing. He is hanging out with the Latinos in the final days, while Pratt is hanging with the union, because she knows that they're very powerful and they can really persuade elections, which is unfortunate. It's too much power. But now what I want to do is I want to go into what I feel is one of the most important videos that Spencer Pratt put out. It's a video that really breaks down what his plan is, which is something we don't usually hear. If you think about it, we never hear plans. We just hear problems. So let's take a look and see exactly what Spencer is going to do if he is elected mayor of Los Angeles.
Los Angeles doesn't have a homeless problem. We have a drug problem. The DEA will tell you that over 90% of the homeless population in LA are hardcore illicit drug users.
How many people are using illicit drugs in the homeless community? I would say it's incredibly high.
20%, 30%?
Of the overall problem?
Yeah.
Over 90%.
Cartels are operating in the open, forcing addicts to traffic drugs and murdering them when they don't meet their quota. Dogs are being killed by meth heads, and fentanyl addicts test their drugs on these innocent animals. None of my opponents are living in this reality, and all they want is more taxpayer-funded housing. You cannot fix a drug problem with more housing.
Spencer Pratt is...
Hey, let me pause it real fast, guys. I actually did a video on this, and it was some like 72% of people in Los Angeles don't want to spend any more money on the housing crisis for the homeless. Like they're sick and tired of putting more and more money into it. It's not working.
That's exactly right. If I would have the easiest job in the world, if all I had to do to treat drug addiction was put people in four walls.
Right,
Put them
right.
inside and they're cured. Oh my God, we're done here. That is an insanity. And finally, somebody has the huevos to say it out loud.
You cannot fix LA's drug problem with street medical teams jamming Narcan up their noses and simply propping them up to overdose again and again and again until these poor souls inevitably die in the streets. But it's even worse than that. Currently, Mayor Bass and Nithya Raman are increasing the rampant drug use by using your tax dollars to hand out fentanyl needles, tourniquets, and crack pipes to addicts throughout the city.
Actually, the city paying for people to drive around, hand out needles and pipes and other things to use drugs.
By doing this, they are killing 6 to 7 people every day in the streets, in full public view of you and your children, and they pretend they're the compassionate ones? Ask yourself.
Wow. That is absolutely insane. Did you guys just see all that? If you're from Los Angeles and you're watching this right now, is that really how it's at? Like I've been in Los Angeles a few times, but it just seems crazy to me that it's gotten this bad. Right? And Spencer's right. They think they're the compassionate ones, but there's no compassion in not helping somebody remove this addiction. There's no compassion in that.
This. What if that addict on your street were your son, the baby boy you love more than anything, unemployed, doing drugs every day, defecating in public, harassing old ladies at the gas station for money? Would you buy him crack pipes? Would you let him continue to degrade himself in public? Of course not. You would stop the cycle. You wouldn't let him defecate and die in the streets. You'd grab him by the wrist, drag his butt to rehab, and get him sober, whether he liked it or not. If you brought him into your guest bedroom after rehab, you'd demand that he do 0 drugs and maintain a damn job. Why? Because you love him, and that's what you do for someone you care about. Karen Bass and Nithya Raman don't do this basic compassion intervention because they don't care about these people. They don't care if these poor souls struggle through their addiction and degrade themselves in full public view with no dignity. Karen and Nithya don't care. I do. Here's how I'm going to fix this problem and clean the streets for good.
Yeah. So, he's hitting on the head, guys. Like they really do not care. They are not fixing this issue. They're putting a Band-Aid on it and making it worse. That's what they're doing. And he is right. This has to change. Those people out there, they're literally like they're just being used as pawns through this system of money just going around and never really helping anybody. It's terrible. Oh man, it's so bad.
For the betterment of the struggling addicts and for you, the taxpayer who's been held hostage by these vagrants who ruined your once safe public spaces. Step 1, break the cycle. No more distribution of drug paraphernalia. Karen Bass and Nithya Raman currently pay NGOs millions of dollars to increase drug usage and profit off the misery of these drug addicts. I'm putting an end to this profiteering. Currently, street medical teams administer Narcan to reverse opioid overdoses. It blocks the opioid receptors in the brain so the addict could shoot up as much heroin as they want. It won't do a thing. The problem is Narcan only lasts for a day or two, and it doesn't break the addiction cycle. So these same addicts end up overdosing and getting more Narcan every week as these NGOs and pharmaceutical companies rake in profits. There is a longer lasting anti-narcotic drug called Vivitrol that does what Narcan does, but it lasts for 30 days, giving a much better chance of breaking the addiction. The problem is the addict must be sober for 7 to 14 days before it can be administered. So we have this donut hole between the 48 hours of protection with the Narcan and the 2 weeks of sobriety needed to administer the Vivitrol. This donut hole is the linchpin for winning this war against addiction. This is where my plan excels. Step 2, we have the laws. We just need to use them. Last year, Democrats smartly passed a common sense law amending SB 43 to classify severe drug users as gravely disabled. SB 43 gives the city and the county the legal pathway to place any and all street drug users on a 5150 hold for 72 hours. Through a cascading series of wellness checklists, this mandatory treatment hold can be extended for 2 weeks, filling that Narcan to Vivitrol donut hole and giving a real pathway for recovery. SB 43 gives us the legal pathway to hold these gravely disabled drug users for up to a year in a conservatorship if they need more treatment. This isn't jail. This is mandatory rehab. This is what you do for people you care about.
Wow, that would be amazing. And you know what he just said, that this is already law, like it's already there, right? Like why isn't Karen Bass utilizing these laws? Why isn't she implementing these laws? She's all about wanting to build more housing. Like she literally wants to get these people that are doing drugs out in the open in the housings where they meet their fate. That's their fate. It's gross. I don't know if you guys ever seen videos out of Seattle, but I'm actually going to do a story on Seattle, but they actually do that where people in there are being housed and then all they do is just do drugs all day long until eventually they meet their demise. It's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting.
Step 3, end the body brokering. Many of the addicts you see around your neighborhood are bussed in from other states in order for local NGOs to profit off their addiction. Los Angeles is ground zero for unscrupulous treatment centers who rake in billions of taxpayer dollars getting paid per head. Remember, every one of these people on the streets has a social security number, and once these groups have that social security number, they get access to unlimited Medicaid funds and government assistance. There's no cap on Medicaid dollars, so as long as these NGOs can claim they are providing assistance, they can rake in thousands of dollars per person every single month. 30% or more of the 45,000 plus street addicts in LA are from out of state. Most of them want to go home. Their families want them back, but many of them are stuck here with no way out.
I love my parents, and I'm happy to go home.
A now 21-year-old woman living on the streets of LA finally going home. We're blurring her face for safety with her story too painful to fully describe.
Are you happy to get away from the people you were with?
Yeah.
She's been lost in LA, on the streets, been homeless for years.
The woman's parents in Idaho overjoyed, about to leave for the airport.
I'm just so excited. I'm very nervous.
Their daughter ran away as a teenager, ending up in LA stuck.
She's been through a lot of traumatic experiences out there, so we're just so thankful to have her back and safe.
What a wonderful day.
Yeah.
Man.
They don't feel safe. They're being used by drug cartels and the NGOs and corrupt local politicians profiting off their misery, don't want them to leave, and refuse to help. As soon as I'm mayor, every addict who was trafficked here from outside LA is getting a free ride home back to their families.
Wow, just listen to what he said right there, guys. He's saying that these people are being trafficked into Los Angeles, right? He's saying that there's literally this money scheme going on where people are just making, who knows how much money they're making. But to me, it's not fixing the problem, right? It's maintaining the problem. And as long as you maintain this problem, it would seem that somebody would be making a lot of money. And not just somebody, a lot of people. It seems like this would be a network that would be working for a lot of people. You let me know what you think. What you think about what he's saying. You know, I'm actually very curious about what you think.
That immediately resolves a third of the problem overnight. Step 4, bring in the DEA. We have international cartels operating in the open on our streets. They occupy abandoned buildings, Section 8 housing, local business fronts, and even set up fake tent encampments to use as drug markets. I will bring in the DEA to dismantle the rampant transnational cartels that are terrorizing our city. There's a new sheriff in town. Step 5, a modern treatment facility. I've already made plans with several high-profile developers who want to donate resources.
Wow, that was an incredible message. You know, and to me, it seems like everything he just said was so common sense, right? Like there's no like over the top stuff. It's just kind of things that how do you want your city run, right? Do you want to be okay with having people out in the streets doing drugs and feces and in front of schools? Like all these things have been happening. Have been happening for a long time. Not only in Los Angeles, but all over the Pacific Northwest. But Los Angeles and Seattle and Portland, those three, they kind of hit the jackpot when it comes to that kind of stuff. I don't know, guys, but anyways, let's finish with looking at the record right now between Karen Bass and Spencer Pratt, and we will see what each one has to offer. Okay, so here is the choice for LA. Now, of course, there's Nithya Raman, but I don't think she's going to make in the top 2. You know, if Spencer Pratt can pull it off and get over 50% on Tuesday, that'd be absolutely amazing. That's just my personal opinion. Spencer Pratt deserves a chance. And the reason I think he deserves a chance is because of Karen Bass's current system, her record. You know, right now you're spending almost $1 billion a year. $1 billion a year investing in homelessness responses, building houses, all this stuff. You're not fixing the problem. You're maintaining the problem. Now, of course, the crisis on the streets, the encampments, the drug use, and the public frustration continue. Everything that I see coming out of Los Angeles, guys, I just can't believe that people would be okay with living like in that type of area. My mind is blown when it comes to that, right? And then the housing first approach, right? She wants to build more housing for the homeless, but I don't see how that fixes the problem. All you're doing is moving the problem indoors, right? So if you're okay, if you think it's compassion to let these people who are doing it outside to go indoors just because you can't see them anymore, then I don't know, maybe you need to go to church. That's all I got to say about that. Now, the needle and harm reduction program, I feel like those are just enabling programs. I don't feel like that's going to help anybody, right? So it's just really more of the same. That's all you're going to see is just more of the same for the next 4 years, right? Now, Spencer Pratt, he's a complete outsider, right? He wants to stop the cycle of addiction. He wants to get these people help, right? What we just watched, his video that explained everything that he's willing to do. You know what I'm saying? That, to me, just the plan in itself is so much, it's a breath of fresh air. This is something that Los Angeles has been dealing with for not like the last 4 years, but the last 20, 30 years. All been run by the Democratic Party. Everything democratically run. I don't know, man. I just feel like it's time, LA, it's time for you guys to make a change. You let me know what you think. If you're from LA and you're going to be voting, let me know if you're going to be voting for Karen Bass now or Spencer Pratt. Now, don't just come out and be like, Karen Bass. Give me a reason. Give me a reason why you believe that she deserves another 4 years or if Spencer Pratt should get a chance, right? He wants to deal with the drug crisis. He doesn't want to just house it, right? He wants to end needle and the paraphernalia handout, right? Like, he wants to make sure these things are taken care of. And then he wants to utilize a law that's already in place, SB 43, for mandatory treatment. If they have this law, why aren't they implementing it? It's like they create laws just to pretend like they're doing something, but it's like, I'm not going to actually implement these laws. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. So it's really up to the people of Los Angeles. I have seen a couple things about people are going to drive down there and vote since they don't really care who votes in their election. I thought that was kind of funny, but we'll see. We'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see who wins. They still, Karen Bass and the Democratic Party, they still control the unions, and I believe that that's 100% wrong. I don't think unions should have that much power, but that's just me. You let me know what you think. Do unions have too much power, or they should have more power? You let me know. Okay, now moving on to Let's Talk About It. Freedom Fest 2741 says, my father-in-law is almost 80. He had to replace his birth certificate. He went online and paid a small fee, and they mailed him a new birth certificate. It's extremely easy, and the left is just stupid if they think you can't get a replacement. You know what, Freedom Fest? I 100% agree with you, man. I think that it's a talking point they use to scare their people instead of educating, right? Like just educating how easy it is, right? Educating that this will help our elections be more secure. And here's how you get your birth certificate, your passport, your driver's license, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? To me, that'd be a lot better way to take care of that than to do what they've been doing, and that is trying to scare everybody. So thanks for the comment there, Freedom. You take care. Have a great week. And guys, thank you so much for watching all the way until the end. Don't forget, if you want to have your comment featured, make sure subscribe, like, leave a comment, and I'll see you on the next video. You guys take care.
For the family ties in this land of the brave beneath open skies, we stand.